Actually, they had another name. They had for Aunt Carol and myself, they had Cynthia and Priscilla. And they decided that was Mom. And it was really Daddy who decided it should be Carol and Lynn because she liked being called Carol.
Why was it Cynthia Priscilla? You know why she liked it?
I don't know why.
My father said no child of his was going to be called Priscilla and get prissy. And
Why don't you sit next to me so you can fill in?
I'm named after a grandfather named my grandmother Yetta and my grandfather Leopold. So in the Jewish religion, Yetta became Jane and Leopold became Louise. And that's why my parents picked that name.
Now, most people don't know about the Isaac, and I don't use it. I use sometimes the initial I-R-I-P Julius, but that's how it's officially named. Now, I'm not sure today as to why they chose any of those names. I would assume that the Isaac, I do know the rest of it. Isaac must have been somebody's father or grandfather or something. The Picker is my mother's maiden name, which was her whole family. That was her brother, was my uncle, and Picker was obviously the family name, and Picker is also the name that all of her relatives, Picker X-Ray was a very well-known X-ray company back in the 40s, 50s. They really were one of the founders of X-ray machines. The company got to be very big, was subsequently sold to CIT Financial. So that's my name. Julius, well, Julius is really interesting. Now, the family name was Juris, J-U-R-I-S. And my grandfather came here from Russia, and actually that side of the family came from Poland, and the name was Juris. They didn't speak any English, and when they went through immigration said, "Tell us your name," and they said Juris, and they wrote it down as Julius.
That's funny.
So that's the true story about where Julius came from.
That's funny.
Because for years people said, "What kind of name is that? What does it relate to?" And it really doesn't relate to a normal nationality or anything, because the first time I ran into Julius's were Pennsylvania Dutch. That the name there was a Julius heritage in Pennsylvania Dutch history.